Hey there, so you thinking about making a move or relocating to the Salt Lake City, Utah area? Well, you are in luck. Today I'm going to be sharing some specific things that you should know in order to make your relocation as easy and as smooth as possible. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, in a week, in a month, or even a year from now. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to help you out. So I get these questions all the time. I get emails, phone calls. I love it. So if you are thinking about relocating here to the Salt Lake area, feel free to reach out. Today, I actually have a list that I am going to be reading through for you about specifics of relocating that I have gotten questions from you on this. Also, I have a city guide, relocating here to Salt Lake Cities with surrounding areas, neighborhoods, all of that. If that is of interest to you, it is free. Comment down below the word guide, Guide, and I would be happy to send that free guide over to you. So you're thinking about relocating, it might be for work, it might be for, for family, it might be for education, it might, whatever the reason is. I get a lot of questions about this. So number one, let's talk about neighborhoods and really location. If you're thinking about moving out here, it is really difficult to figure out exactly what area, what city without coming out here to Utah. So I've had a lot of clients that are like, Mariah, I'm drawn to this area, or I'm drawn to this area. I've been watching your videos. I really like Provo. I really like Salt Lake. I really like Farmington. I really like whatever the neighborhood is, whatever the area, Park City, Heber, all of those. They're like, but I'm just not quite sure. Like, I'm looking at the videos, I'm looking at these different things, but I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I feel like I was in your shoes not that long ago, a few years ago, when my family and I relocated here from out of state. And I'm telling you, come on out here. Plan a trip. It doesn't have to be anything long, but you are going to want to get a feel, because I'm telling you, everybody has people have different preferences. They have different things that they like this, or they don't like this, and they want to be close to this or not this. So everybody's very different. So when you're relocating here, if you know, for example, that you are taking a job and it is in Lehi, my advice to you is to be able to find housing in Lehi or in some of the surrounding areas of Lehi. Same thing, if you're taking a job in downtown Salt Lake, for me personally, I wouldn't want to be doing an hour commute each way. I've done that for years and years and years. And for me, that doesn't feel like something I would want to sign up for again. So if you know you have a specific job in a specific city or area, my advice to you is to be looking within, 10, 15, 20-minute radius of that area that you have a job. If you can work remotely, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can work remotely, I can work from anywhere, but I just know that Utah is supposed to be the place for me. Here's what I would suggest doing. Come on out. If there are specific things, reach out to me. My team and I help people like you all the time. Tell us some different things that you're looking for, and we can help you narrow that focus in to certain different things. So I've recently had some clients that reach out and say, I'm looking at equestrian properties. Like, we've got 2 horses. We want our horses to be on our property. We want them to be close to us. So that is going to narrow down some of their different options of where they're going to want to live here in Utah. So that is the first thing, is researching the areas and the neighborhood. That is going to be number one. And honestly, you can do a lot of that online, researching whatnot, but you're going to get a better feel if you come on out here. Number 2, plan for seasonal changes. Yes, plan for seasonal changes. I've had some families that have come out here in the winter, which it is winter right now, and you just never know what winter is going to look like here in Utah, which kind of goes along with the weather here in Utah too. People say if you don't like the weather, wait an hour or two here in Utah because there's a good chance it's probably going to change. So when I'm saying plan for seasonal changes, depending on when you are coming out here, I know I had a family that came out and it happened to be, there were 2 days that it just was the weather, it was very cold, it was really blizzardy. And then literally like the next 2 weeks were beautiful and sunny and perfect. And so those 2 blizzardy days that they were out here, they were like, yep, Utah's not the place for me. And so just kind of knowing that there's going to be, the weather here changes, and it really depends. I know for my dad personally, we try to get him to come out here in the wet, during the winter time, and he's like, nope, I don't do snow. And I'm thinking, but Dad, it's not always snow. Like, yes, there's snow in the mountains, like you can see snow in the mountains, but a lot of the snow has melted even just where I am right now, and we're in the heart of winter. So it really just depends. So plan on seasonal changes here. If you are coming out in the summertime, if you are coming out in the fall time, if you're coming out in the springtime, there's a good chance that you're not going to see a ton of snow. Well, obviously in the summertime you're not. In the fall, every once in a while it'll snow one day and then it all melts. Same thing in the spring, you'll have a lot of nice pleasant days, and then you'll get a couple of days that will snow for a couple and then it melts, and you kind of move right along. So plan for those seasonal changes and that kind of flexibility with it. Moving right along, also relocating here, figure out the things that are really important to you. What are you looking for? Like I said, I have some clients that are looking, mostly at equestrian. I have some that are like, I really want to be, in the mountains. I want to be close to outdoor recreation. I want to be by the ski. I want to be skiing. I want to be snowboard. I want to be in the mountains. And so that is going to help you determine really where you're going to want to live. Here in Utah, there are so many, the accessibility to outdoor recreation and activities is amazing. So it depends on where you're at, but accessibility to the ski resorts and all of that, unless you want to be like right in Park City, Utah, where you're like, I want to be able to, hop over to Deer Valley. I want to be in the canyons. I want if that's specifically what you're looking for, great. If you're thinking, you know what, I want to be on the Wasatch Front side, but I want to be closer to Salt Lake City, but I also want accessibility, you might want to be over by Cottonwood Heights area, Draper, so you can get in and out of Little and Big Cottonwood Canyon. So relocation, first, plan your trip, figure out the areas, figure out the neighborhoods. Next is really figuring out what is important to you in terms of what you are looking for. Next up, relocating here. Typically, fall and winter are usually the slower times of year moving here, relocating here, which means, I'm telling you this because a lot of people are like, Mariah, what's the best time of year to relocate to Utah? Housing prices typically during the winter time are going to be less than you will see in the springtime. So some people are like, oh, well, I obviously I want to get the best price I possibly can, but school for my kids doesn't end until June and we can't move until, summer or whatever. That's fine. Just know you may be paying a little bit more and there's going to be more competition. So that house that you might be looking for that might be gone during that time, but there's always lots of homes to, just know that too. So figuring out your time of year, like I said, winter, fall are usually not as busy as spring and summer. Spring and summer when you are relocating, but if you are relocating here in the spring or summer, it's usually a little bit easier too because the weather is more predictable. It's going to be, fairly warm in the summer and, easier to get things in and out. So hopefully, figuring out really figuring out the areas, figuring out your time frame, and figuring out your location, those different things will really help you to narrow down that focus if you are thinking about relocating. And if you are, honestly, my team and I help people like you all the time. So give us your parameters, let us know your timetable, let us know how we can help, what you're thinking about, what areas you're looking at, and we would love to be able to help you throughout that process. And again, if you are thinking about making a move, relocating here to the Salt Lake area, we have a free guide that gives you, it's basically what I call our hotspot guide, and it will show you different areas, different neighborhoods, things that you can expect there, dining, shopping, schools, different things like that, which has been a really helpful resource. And we've gotten good feedback from our clients that have gotten that free guide. So comment the word guide down below, and we'd be happy to give you, pass along that guide to you if you are thinking about making a move out here. And again, if you are in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. My team and I help people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. Wishing you a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.